So next section here, implementing portlet actions. So again, this section is more than just the UI or the view layer. We're also going to be taking a look at the controller layer as well. So we've discussed a little bit, but let's discuss once again these things called MVC commands. So MVC commands are used to handle the portlet lifecycle. We have the render and the action phase being the two big ones that we're going to be handling. And so the way we do in Liferay is through MVC commands. Now, with MVC commands, they work together with Liferay's MVC portlet framework. So when we are creating our MVC commands, right, the first thing we always want to do is check which interface or which base class are we going to either implement or extend. Once we do, we need to set two properties within the component annotation. The first one is going to be the name of the portlet that we are listening to. So if I'm listening for a render URL coming from the gradebook portlet, right, that gradebook portlet I need to specify. The second property that I need to specify within the component annotation is MVC command name property, right? Within the either render or action URL, there's going to be a specific either parameter or name that's being passed. So what is that parameter that we are listening for, right? So three aspects. What are we implementing or extending? What's the name of the portlet that we're listening to? What parameter from that portlet, from that request, are we trying to listen or get? All of this is done to help lighten or help make our controller class much slimmer. So we're breaking apart the different aspects of the controller layer into more bite-sized pieces. All of this so that we can reduce a lot of our boilerplate code. So it makes life a little bit easier. Let's first take a look at MVC Render Commands. And so over here, we're taking a look at the JSP side. At the JSP side, we have our first parameter here, name equals MVC Render Command name. And we're really interested in the value of that name. The value, my portlet view entry, is what we're going to be listening for, that specific parameter, over in our MVC Render Command component. Same idea with the MVC Action Command. Looking at the JSP first, within that action URL, we're going to be listening for that specific name, my portlet edit entry. And then with our MVC Action Command component, we're going to be listening for that parameter there. With the resource command, and we're not working with this all too much, but it's still good to cover, right? With the resource command, same idea, except this time we're listening for that ID. So visually, this is what our MVC command may look like. We could have a specific JSP or a soy template or something else, maybe even an ADT. Right? We can have something invoking a specific portlet lifecycle phase. So whether it's the render, action, or serve resource, we can create an MVC action command or MVC render command for each one. And since we can have multiple render requests and multiple action requests going on, we can create multiple MVC commands to handle each different one. So if I want to render 5 different JSPs, I can create 5 MVC render commands to handle each one. If I'm performing 8 different actions, I can create 8 MVC action commands to handle each one. All of these being registered or listening for these requests from a specific portlet. So this is what this diagram here is demonstrating to us. All right, so let's go ahead and implement a couple of MVC commands and take a look at what it looks like in code. So in this exercise, we will implement a few MVC commands Some of them are going to be used to handle what's going on over in the UI. Others are going to be more along the lines of actions in the controller layer. So let's take a look and see what all of this is going to look like.